This is Dabu7. Some very explosive information coming to light now in regards to what's been going on in Charlottesville. Now, it was back in February, the mayor had told Trump that his city was going to be a city of resistance. Okay? I want people to see this. So when we start calling these events for what they are, people understand where we're coming from. When you see these happen time and time again, what we're seeing now is information that the ACLU has confirmed police were given the stand down order in this event. You know, the cops that were sent in to protect the people, you know, also the National Guard that was brought up to quote unquote protect the people, were all told to stand down. This is the exact same thing that happened at Berkeley when Soros was backing the chaos with Antifa on the ground there, and the police were told to stand down while all hell broke loose. So while the police are restrained by orders, we have this event take place in the heart of it with not a cop around. If they were around, they were told, get away, pretty much. It's just people from different sides right there in the streets, and then the event goes down. Of course, the mainstream media manipulates it, portrays it in a certain way to get a certain group of people out there upset, and then they'll drop more information like they recently did, jerking the chain back, showing that the car was hit from behind and pummeled, the gas pedal could have been stuck, getting another group of people in this boat, and then they're running you against each other. And it's sad because I see it as an old-fashioned tactic of a psyop, and I'm seeing even seasoned journalists in the streets down there involved in this, turning against one another because of this. And when I first seen the suspect, the immediate thought that I got was Dylan Ruff, which was involved in another huge event that I called a psyop because of all of the red flags attached to it, and him as an individual. And the end result is what is important here. It's what they get. They get chaos. You were talking about a race-baiting situation here in this country that they have been trying to set for a long time, where they actually, in a city where the mayor said this city's going to be a city of resistance, they have a white nationalist movement come in, okay? And they have Black Lives Matter on the other side, white, black, you see where this is going, to run them against one another with Antifa and other groups on the ground. And this was planned for months. Months. This is why every journalist and their mama was down there and knew about it. This is why all these other groups were down there and knew about it. And it's also why Progressive Change Campaign Committee knew about it. And they were raising a ton of money to pay people for this event. And it's right there. So not only did we have Soros and all his funding from Berkeley and from Ferguson get exposed, now we're seeing funding being exposed here and paying individuals to show up in action, in solidarity with Black Lives Matter and for that whole movement. So funding of both sides in a huge orchestration that went down. In the end, to me, it feeds into something I've been warning about for years. The division. It is here in this country, and you can either be a victim and fall into the trap, or you can see it for what it is. And it just blows my mind that people don't start asking the obvious questions. Where do all these people come from? When none of you can hardly get time off work to go anywhere or do anything, these people show up in mass with torches and all this other stuff. Come on now. This is hugely organized. How come no one ever organizes this stuff and takes it to where it counts? You know why now. Because those are the people controlling it. You better wake up, America. And you better get your own group together. You better get off your couches, because I'm telling you, there's a whole lot more of us that are in a position not involved with either side of this crap that they're funding, and we see it as the circus that it is. But the problem is this: if you don't get up off your ass and do something to counter it and to expose it and to fight the fight, they're going to cause events in the streets that's going to make them strip your freedoms, your right to assemble, Are you hearing me? They are going to do it through staged events and take it away before all the hundreds of millions of us that were not involved in that rise and take to the streets. Do you see? It's about division. Do not fall for it. The heart of this whole matter, I believe all the details yet to be seen. But if you were someone that looked at it from what people were saying right when it happened compared to those looking at it that are gathering all the information later and looking at it from a different side, this sets the stage for people to argue. And it's the prime atmosphere that they've been looking for. I'm warning you. So you have to ask yourself, how come we have all these events popping up that police are told to stand down, and there's huge organizations raising money for these events? People, you better pay attention, because this is not the end of it. I've been warning for a long time about this. A long time. Most of you that have been following me, you know it. And I also warned you for the longest time that there's going to come a time when it's no longer terrorist out here. They start using the term domestic terrorist and pointing the finger at your everyday American. Getting you all paranoid about one another and fighting one another so you don't see the corruption that is pulling the strings. Eyes open, folks. Or you're going to have more events where people are just going to get slaughtered and police are standing around watching it because they were told to stand down. So it's on some of you behind the badge that took the oath, that are in fatigues, to look around at one another and say, you know what? Let's arrest them. The moment you make that shift, I swear to you, we will come out the woodwork behind you. We need you. We need something. We need each other in a movement together, en masse, quick. The power is in your numbers. The power is in the people and the politics in which we address. And if you allow the shenanigans to pull off these staged events, they will strip your freedoms before you get a chance to even assemble in the streets. You better see it for what it is. This is Dabu7. I'll leave links here, and there's some key information here pertaining to this. See it for what it is. Eyes open, y'all. Much love.